YouTube, what is going on? It's your boy, man. Next level, man. I'm back at it again with another one. With another quick one, man. This one is for all my targeted individuals, all my real targeted individuals. Not them fake, phony, disinformation agents. We're not talking. I'm not. This is not for you. If you are watching it, just click on another video, man. But if you really out here, you targeted, you living your life, this one is for you, man. It's a special message for you, man. If you're not part of the family, slap a like on it, man. Hit that subscribe button, man. Little red and white target on the bottom right hand corner. Smash it, man. I'm gonna get into this today. I'm gonna talk about these smartphones that we're using, man. These electronic devices, man. Anything that's capable of hooking up to the internet is hacked, okay? Like, being a targeted individual, we are constantly under surveillance. We are constantly being monitored. Anything that you can do electronically, like on the internet, they watching it. They watching what you watch. They watch what you post. On your smartphones, they know who you talk to. They know who you calling, who's calling you. And me personally, I had to fall back from the smartphones, man, because they actually used the smartphones that I had in my targeting. Like, when I look back and think about it, like, every smartphone I got, like, the first smartphone I got was an iPhone 4. And it was back around the time when it first came out, man, and I was so excited to have it, but back then I didn't know. This was like maybe 2011, I think 2012. Nah, I think it was maybe like 2013. I was so excited to have it, man. I just was like, technology moving forward, I got the internet on my phone, to go from the phones that we had previously to that was a big step for me. But, looking back on it, I started getting all these crazy phone calls, like, people I didn't even know, like, people getting the intel, they're calling me, harassing me, like, talking crazy. Like, I'm not even going to get into, what the conversation was, but I was definitely getting some harassing, threatening phone calls. Now, and it just progressed, as it stepped up. I had the smartphones. I had an iPhone 6. I had, I don't even remember. I know it was like a droid or something like that. It was a droid. And something was weird about this droid, and it was really kicking in around the time when I had this specific job where the workplace mobbing was the worst for me ever. Like, I'm gonna do a video about that too, man, but like, I would open my phone up. Now, this is around the time when I was completely surrounded. My targeting was crazy. Like, I didn't know what was going on, but I would open my phone up, and it would automatically, like, and you know how you can go in your settings in your phones, like with these Androids, you can go in and you can set, you can say this is my home address or work, or like, I would open my phone up and it would just automatically have a picture of the house of a girl that I previously dated, that who I wasn't even talking to anymore. Looking back on it was a perk, but it would show her house all the time, and I was just like, man, what is going on? So I would go to work, and if my phone was telling me, like, you're at work, like, how did my phone know? I didn't program my phone to know where my work was. And I don't know if this happens to anybody else, but I'm just speaking on my experience here. Like, just throughout the day, my phone would get these text messages, and it would be code. It would be all kinds of code, like all kinds of symbols, but what that was, it was the people who was targeting me was sending code, which was enabling them to tap my phone. Now, with the smartphones, it helped them further my targeting. You know what I mean? Like, it had the 4G technology in it, and that helped them as far as the like electronic harassment, It had a lot to do with like giving them information as far as my vitals. Um, but I'm gonna get into that later. But it was sending me these text messages with code in it, and then I would go to work, and they would be talking about things that I had, like that I talked about on my phone. Like I'd go outside and um, I call somebody, we talk about something, I go back in and they be talking about stuff that I was talking about, like on my phone. You know what I mean? Like it was crazy. And then, like with the cell phones, like, oh man, it's really deep. Like it got me to the point where I don't really even mess around with the smartphones anymore. You know what I mean? Because I know what that's all about. And if you're a targeted individual, they tracking everything and they blocking. Like I would just get calls from people I didn't even know who they were, and they'd be calling me, cussing me out, blah 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 blah, like talking crazy. You know, like it was. I mean, I don't know, man. It was really like it was really an experience, man. Like I forgot. Not only was my calls getting hacked and monitored, they was actually going in, because you know how you can save people's numbers, and they was actually calling people that I like, numbers that I had saved in my phone. They were actually calling them and running a smear campaign with them. I had people calling like, yo, what's up, man? Why is such and such calling me? You know, like, why, yo, somebody called me and was talking crazy about you, bro. And I'm just like, man, like, at the time I didn't really realize it, you know, what was going on, but I knew that was weird. How, you know, after I started using these phones, that people was going into my list and picking and choosing whoever they wanted to call, and they were calling them and just throwing me under the bus. You know, I thought that was really crazy. So I went into my Google settings in the Droid that I had. I went into the Google settings and let me see. I looked at my locations, and the phone had been tracking everywhere that I went. Like it had points where, like, stores that I went to, people's houses. Like it recorded everything. It recorded all of my movements. It recorded everything. And then I started digging deeper, because I was like, man, like they like really, like, you know, like really intruding in my privacy. You know what I mean? Like, and this was before I found out anything about the targeting or anything. But they had knew what stores I went to, where all my associates, who were perps at the time, where all they lived. They had dots and times and locations, all the stores I went to. Every time I went to go get like cigarettes, I would go out to Pennsylvania to go get cigarette. They had everything, all my movements and everything, all my locations. Like they had it all recorded, and I felt some type of way. I was just like, wow. Like, so I went into the control panel, I actually turned that function off, and it still did it. You know, they had access to my camera, they had access to my microphone, they were constantly listening, they were constantly watching me, and I had no clue. And it all correlated with the job that I was working with at the time. Like, that smartphone was a hot device. When I figured that out, and this is the funny thing about it, like when I figured that out, I started popping the battery out of it, and I would only use it when I needed to use it. You know what I mean? So, make a long story short, man, when I moved out from where I was living, the phone just mysteriously ended up missing. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like one of the perps or the people who was involved in my targeting actually stole that phone. You know, and when I bought the phone, and it kept malfunctioning. Like, I bought 3 of those phones and it kept malfunctioning over, and I had to take it back, and they sent it off, and I got a new one, and that one would break. And then, you know what I mean? Like, they were doing that. Like, that wasn't just no coincidence. Like, that actually happened, man. Like, if you're trying to upload things from your phone, your smartphone, and you're having a hard time, 9 times out of 10, you are a targeted individual, and they are doing that to you, and they monitoring everything. Like, I just want you to be on point. Like, I don't want you to be scared. Like, I don't want you to have any fear. Because when, I might be honest, like, when this stuff was happening, I had all kinds of fear going on. Because I didn't know. You know, when you don't know, you just don't know. You just know a bunch of crazy stuff is going on. And I was the type of person, like, I always had my cell phone. Like, I always stayed on. I was doing Facebook a lot. That was hacked. You know, they was gang stalking me through Facebook, through almost every social media platform that that I participated on. Facebook was severely hacked. My calls was being tapped. Like, my text messages, I would get all kinds of crazy text messages. And if y'all are getting these text messages on these smartphones with code and a link, do not click on the link. Definitely don't click on the link. But if you see that code, delete the text message right away. Take the battery out. You might even want to get a new phone, man. Honestly, like, you might even want to get a new phone, because these smartphones is smarter than what people think, and they doing a lot, man, with these smartphones. Like I'd be at work, you know what I mean? Like, the workplace mobbing would be so crazy. Like, I would be at work and I would go outside just to get away from it all, you know, and I would walk over to this tree. I was probably about 50 yards away from my job, and I would go under this tree and I would pray. Like, I would click on to a YouTube video. Mind you, the code was streaming. Like, I would see the codes. I would get a text message with the code. I would click on this YouTube videos, and they would have these prayers on them, and I would pray. And I would go back in to work, and they'd be like, "Oh man, he thinks his God is gonna answer his prayers," and like, under their breath, you know, y'all know how the perps work, man, especially workplace mobbing. And, "Oh, he's outside praying for money, ha 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 ha." I mean, they had my phone so they knew what I was doing they knew if I was sleeping, if I was awake, if I ate something, if I had to take a poop, whatever it was, man. These smartphones, man, they ain't loyal. If you don't believe me, you can do the research for yourself, look into it. I just definitely I felt like that was something I should do a video about, these smartphones, man, because they making it cool, like, "Oh, the new iPhone 10 and the Galaxy and the such and such," you know what I mean? They got all these smartphones coming out, and they even got like low grade smartphones, like, but they all do, like, you know, they all are like, you being surveillance. Everything you do on the phone, like, is being monitored. Everything you do on the phone, whether you talk, even where you go, like, it tracks your movements, where you go. Like, I couldn't believe that. I was blown away. Like, when I opened the Google settings and I seen all of this in my phone, it had every point. And then when my phone started telling me, "Oh, you're going to work," or "You're at work," or "You're going home," or I'll open the phone up and I would look, and it would be a girl's house. Like, it wasn't just one, you know. Like, I had random girls that I used to date and that I used to hang out with, all perps, but my phone would just take time, like, just picking little things here and there. I knew somebody was controlling it, and I knew something was happening with those smartphones, and it got to the point where I just fell back, man. So if y'all going through some real strange occurrences on your smartphones, you might want to look into another option, you know, for your mobile pleasures. Okay, so I'm gonna end it right here. I don't want this to go too long, but just check into the smartphones, man. Like, they're doing something with them, man, especially with us targeted individuals, man. They're using them. It's like another weapon that they use. Actually, any device, you know, computer, smart, tablet, or anything that could be logged onto the internet, 9 times out of 10, if you target, it's hacked. It's your boy Next Level, man. I will be back with some more insight and info, man. If you ain't part of the family, please like and subscribe, man. And I'm gonna see y'all in the next one.